Hey, everybody. Welcome to our deep dive today.
Yeah.
It's all about learning English.
That's right.
And we're going to be talking about quick and easy ways
Quick and easy.
to learn English. We have two really cool TEDx talks to share with you.
Cool.
One is from Mark Green,
Yes.
and he speaks a lot of different languages.
It does.
And the other is from Gabriel Weiner, and he kind of figured out how to learn languages very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be talking about
So get ready
those two talks.
to become an English speaker fast.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm Liam.
Hi, everyone. I'm Zoe. I love languages.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited to be here
All right.
to share some cool tips and tricks that I've learned from the experts.
So Mark Green tells this kind of funny story about getting lost in Moscow.
He does.
And he was a teenager.
A teenager.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he snuck out of his hotel.
Uh-huh.
And he ends up back at his hotel. Like, it's just this crazy story. But it really shows you how important
It does.
it is to know the local language when you travel.
Imagine trying to find your way around a new city without speaking the language.
Yeah.
That's why fluency is so important.
So what is fluency?
It means being able to understand and speak the language without thinking too hard.
Okay.
It's like the language just becomes a part of you.
So you don't have to, like, translate it in your head or anything?
Yeah, exactly. You just speak.
I see.
Green learned to speak many languages.
Yeah.
And he even noticed that the way he acted changed depending on which language he was speaking.
Really?
He was like a different person.
Oh.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
So it shows that anyone can learn to speak English well, even if it's not your first language.
He makes it sound very easy.
I know.
So how do we get to this fluency thing?
So Green says there are 3 things you need to focus on.
Okay.
The first one is how you sound.
Okay.
The second one is the words you use every day. And the third one is how people act in English-speaking cultures.
So like the culture part.
The culture.
All right, well, let's start with how you sound then.
Okay.
I remember in Green's talk, he imitates how Americans and Germans and French people react to pain. That's so funny.
It is hilarious.
But it shows that pronunciation is very important.
It really does.
If you want to sound like a native English speaker, you need to practice saying words correctly.
You do.
Okay. What about those everyday words?
He called them colloquialisms.
Oh, colloquialisms.
Yeah.
Like slang and stuff?
Yeah, slang.
Okay.
Textbooks don't always teach you these words, but they're what people actually use when they speak.
Got it.
Like you might learn the word work in a textbook, but people really say job or gig much more often.
That's so interesting.
Right.
It's like you learn the secret code.
The secret code.
Of English speakers.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally, those cultural things that you were talking about.
Yeah.
What about that?
Even small actions can mean different things in different cultures.
Yeah.
You need to watch how people act and try to understand what they mean.
It's like you're not just learning the words.
Yeah.
But you're learning how people use the words.
Exactly. Green says that the best way to learn all of this is to spend time with native English speakers.
Okay, so like immerse yourself.
Immersion. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can travel, you can make friends, or even just talk to colleagues.
Right.
All about surrounding yourself with the language.
Okay, great. So we've got Green's take on things.
Yes.
Now, what about Gabriel Weiner?
All right, let's talk about Gabriel Weiner.
He had some interesting ideas about how adults learn languages better than kids.
I know. I always thought that kids were better at learning new things.
Yeah, me too.
But Weiner says we adults have a secret weapon.
Really?
We just need to learn how to use it.
Well, I tried to learn Hebrew and Russian as a kid, and it was a disaster.
Oh.
So what is this secret weapon that Weiner's talking about?
He says it's all about how we remember things.
Yep.
He tells this awesome story about learning the word "mocktor" in a bar in Scandinavia. Mocktor!
What is that?
It was this weird green drink.
Okay.
The bar was full of people chanting.
Yeah.
And the bartender had this big, bushy beard.
Oh my gosh.
It was a wild experience.
That sounds crazy.
It was so memorable that Weiner never forgot the word mocktor.
Oh.
So he says if we make learning English fun and exciting, we'll remember it better.
Okay.
It's like turning English into a big adventure.
I like that.
Yeah.
An adventure.
An adventure.
All right. So we're going to talk more about this in part 2.
That's right.
We'll be right back after the break.
See you then.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to our deep dive on learning English fast.
So in the last part, we talked about fluency and pronunciation and all those everyday words and even how people act in English-speaking cultures. So like all that stuff.
So let's turn all those cool ideas from Mark Green and Gabriel Weiner into things you can actually do.
Yeah, so let's get practical.
Let's get practical.
Okay, so Green gave us this great technique for pronunciation.
He did.
Called the perfect sentence technique.
Yes.
Right.
So you find a native English speaker to help you.
Okay.
You pick any sentence from a book.
Okay.
You read it aloud,
Right.
and they tell you how your accent sounds.
So like I read the sentence and they're like, nope, try again.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they'll show you the right way to say it.
Got it.
And you practice until you sound just like a native speaker.
It's like having a personal pronunciation coach.
Yes.
But where do I find a native English speaker?
Well, there are websites and apps
Yeah.
where you can connect with English speakers all over the world.
Oh, wow.
It's like a language party online.
That's cool.
You can chat with them, practice speaking, and get feedback on your pronunciation.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about those everyday words? The colloquialisms.
The colloquialisms.
How do I learn those?
Green says the best way is to talk with native speakers. You'll hear them use these words naturally in conversation.
So it's like learning by doing.
Exactly.
Okay.
The more you talk to native speakers, the more you'll pick up their way of speaking.
Got it.
It's like learning a secret language.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And then what about those cultural things?
The cultural thing.
Yeah. How can I understand those better?
Green says to watch how people act
Mm-hmm.
and listen to what they say.
Okay.
Pay attention to their body language and their tone of voice.
So it's like I have to be a detective.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to observe and figure out what's going on beneath the surface.
Interesting. Okay. Green also talked about immersion, right?
Right.
Surrounding yourself with English as much as possible.
That's right. But what if you can't travel to an English-speaking country?
Yeah, not everyone can hop on a plane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are some other ways to immerse yourself in English?
Right.
Green suggests watching movies and TV shows in English.
Oh, okay.
You can also listen to music and try to understand the lyrics.
So I can learn English while relaxing on the couch.
Exactly.
That sounds pretty good to me.
It's a fun way to learn.
Yeah, okay. And remember Gabriel Weiner's story about mock tour?
Mock tour.
She said we remember things better when they're fun and exciting.
That's right.
Yeah, that story was wild. I'll never forget that word.
I know, me neither.
Okay, so Weiner says to make your own flashcards.
Yeah.
With pictures and sentences and even little stories.
Yeah.
It's like creating your own memory game.
Exactly.
Okay, that's so much better than boring old flashcards with just words on them.
I know, right?
And he said there are websites that can help you do this, right?
He did. There are websites that use a technique called spaced repetition.
Spaced repetition.
Spaced repetition.
What's that?
It's a clever way to help your brain remember things better.
Okay.
It's like a workout for your memory.
So like it shows you words and phrases
Yes.
at different times so you don't forget them.
Exactly.
It's like having a personal English tutor in my pocket.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we've got lots of great ideas from Green and Weiner.
We do.
But what's the most important thing to remember?
I think the most important thing to remember is to have fun.
Okay.
Learning English should be an adventure, not a chore.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back to our English learning adventure.
So we've got...
We've learned so much from Mark Green and Gabriel Weiner.
Yeah, we really have.
And now it's time to put it all together.
So Green said that working on your pronunciation is really important right from the start.
Yes, he thinks it helps you learn faster and sound more like a native speaker.
Right. So,
Remember that cool perfect sentence technique?
yeah, the perfect sentence technique.
Yeah, you'll need a native English speaker to help you practice.
But where do I find a native English speaker?
Well, there are special websites and apps
Oh,
that connect you with English speakers all over the world.
really?
It's like having a language buddy online.
That's pretty cool.
You can talk to them, practice your pronunciation, and get feedback on how you sound.
Wow, that's amazing. It's like having a whole world of English speakers at your fingertips.
It is.
Okay, so Green also talked about immersing yourself in English.
Yes, surrounding yourself with the language as much as possible.
Okay, but what if you can't travel to an English-speaking country?
No problem. Green suggests watching movies and TV shows in English.
Okay.
You can also listen to English music and try to understand the lyrics.
Yeah, that's fun.
It is fun.
I love watching movies so I can just learn English while I relax.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it.
And remember Weiner's tip about making learning fun and exciting?
Oh, yeah. Fun and exciting.
Yeah, he said we remember things better when we enjoy them.
That's right. Like his story about mock tour.
Yes. Mock.
That was so crazy. So he said to make your own flashcards.
Make flashcards.
With pictures and sentences, and even little stories to help you remember words.
Exactly. And you can also use special websites.
Oh, okay.
That use a technique called spaced repetition.
Spaced repetition. What is that?
It's a clever way to help your brain remember things better.
Okay.
It's like a workout for your memory.
Interesting.
These websites show you words and phrases at different times so you don't forget them.
Oh, so it's like having a personal English tutor right in my pocket.
Exactly.
All right, so we've gotten a lot of great advice.
We have.
From Mark Green and Gabriel Weiner.
We have lots of tools we need to start speaking English with confidence.
That's right. And no more feeling lost or confused.
No more.
I feel a lot more confident now about learning English thanks to those two guys.
That's great to hear.
And, we have all the tools we need to succeed.
So what are you waiting for? Go out there and start speaking English?
Yeah, just go for it.
Have fun.
And, enjoy the process.
Yes, enjoy the journey.
It's all about the journey.
Celebrate every step you take towards fluency.
That's right.
Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be sharing your own tips and tricks on how to learn English.
Yeah.
Quickly and easily.
That's right. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to our deep dive. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.